Hello guys, this is my Action Life. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. How are you all guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. I know it's been so long, but here I am today with a brand new video. So, shall we start? So, today we are going to talk about a vicious murderer who was actually a Japanese man named Tatsuya Ichihashi. I hope you guys have heard his name from somewhere or not, I'm not sure. But he was a damn dirty stalker, and he was only the reason for the death of a foreign teacher. He actually escaped from everything and everyone, especially from the law, for nearly 2.5 years. 2.5 years. He escaped from everyone. Can you guys believe that? 2.5 years. Very long time, isn't it? Anyway, at last, do you guys know what he did? He actually had done plastic surgery to hide from everything and everyone. He actually wanted to hide all his sins and all his bad deeds. So let's learn more about today's case revolving around a man whose name was Tatsuya Ichihashi. And we'll learn so more about this case, so much more. 26th March 2007 is the day when loads of cops went to visit a luxurious apartment near the Tokyo. And why is that? Did they know something? Did they suspect something? Actually, someone anonymously had reported to the cops, so they went to arrest Tatsuya Ichihashi inside his apartment, and they actually found that Tatsuya Ichihashi had captured a woman named Lindsay Ann Hawker, who was the foreign teacher, by the way. Before going into deep in that story, let me add some fact about Lindsay Ann Hawker. She actually was born in 30th December 1984. She was the daughter of Bill and Julia Hawker. She had two other sisters. Her family used to live in England, by the way. Lindsay graduated in 2006. She used to study biology and she wanted to do masters as well, but before that she wanted to have some relaxation time, to explore some other thing in her life, and she wanted to be adventurous. So she decided that she will take a break for 1 year, and so she decided to actually go in Japan, specifically Tokyo. But she also wanted to do some part-time job there. So she actually applied to a lots of school there. Lots of school in Tokyo and Japan. She actually got lucky, and she got in a school called Nova Language School. She used to teach their English, actually, basically. Yeah, Lindsay was a popular, outgoing and smart girl. She was so outgoing that she actually started to live with her few colleagues, two colleagues actually. She started to live with her two colleagues in an apartment near the Tokyo, near the school she used to teach. And in the Japan, they use train to travel here and there inside the city. So Lindsay was also used to travel through train. And one very afternoon, she was traveling. Okay, she was inside of a train. Suddenly, she actually felt like someone was stalking her. So she started to, check everything out, and you know all of that. And suddenly a guy approached her. She was very tired that day, actually. She was coming back from her college, from her school. So the guy approached Lindsay and said, I'm one of your student, you know, you teach me English. But Lindsay directly refused that man. She said, I know each of my students' face. You are not my student. Then the man took a different turn and started, talking some bullshit. He said that he actually offered Lindsay to teach him some uh, to teach uh, to teach him English, basically. He offered Lindsay a handsome amount to teach him English, and Lindsay actually thought it was a good amount of money, so she also, kind of agreed to teach him English. But she was very careful from the very beginning. She actually chose a public cafe to teach him, you know, because she was worried from the very beginning of the interaction. So one very day, Lindsay was giving some English classes to Ichihashi inside of a cafe, and after that, you know, Ichihashi said he doesn't have the money. He doesn't have the money on him right now. Can she go back to his place? Can she go back to his place to, collect the money from him? Actually, I skipped some part. Actually, let me tell you guys something also. Ichihashi was from a very luxurious family, very rich family. His father was a doctor and his mother was a dentist. So you can assume he actually had a very luxurious childhood. He was a spoiled child. Yeah, where was I? So he actually offered Lindsay to come with him to grab the money, to collect the money, and Lindsay kind of agreed to that, because why not? And uh, and the apartment where Ichihashi used to live was kind of crowded place, That's why Lindsay didn't hesitate to, go there and collect the money from him. But, 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 there was the twist. Lindsay never went to work or her apartment after the day. That's why Lindsay's colleagues who used to live with her inside inside the same apartment, actually called police and reported that she was not found. She didn't came home that day, or she didn't, come to school to teach and any other stuff. That's why the cop started investigating, and they were kind of, suspicious, because there was a clip. They actually, the cop were suspicious to Ichihashi because they actually, discovered a clip where Lindsay and Ichihashi were standing face to face. That's why lots of cop went to Ichihashi's apartment to arrest him or to, question him something. So yeah, so the cops went to Ichihashi's apartment and they kept ringing and ringing. But Ichihashi was there, was inside his apartment, but he did not open his door. The cops are standing there for so long that Ichihashi's neighbor got worried and let the cop, enter their house. And the cop tried to, go inside of Ichihashi's house through his neighbor window. They are so suspicious about his action. So after some time, Ichihashi opened the door. There were 3 cops. It was so dark in his apartment. So one cop just took his torch and he was about to turn his torch on when Ichihashi just escaped from there. Can you guys believe? He just escaped from the place. It was so rush hour near his apartment that time. That's why Ichihashi was actually successful to escape all the cops. Cops were unsuccessful to catch Ichihashi, but they did found Lenzi's body in his apartment. Lenzi was lying on a bathtub, lifeless. It was so heartbreaking. She was severely injured. Her body was badly, bruised, and yeah, in the medical report, they found that Lenzi was raped, viciously. It was such a painful news to her family, to Lenzi's family, and then Lenzi's family, came to Tokyo, Japan, and they started to search for Ichihashi, and the cops are also searching for Ichihashi. That time Ichihashi was traveling one place to another. It was really hard to catch Ichihashi, but the cops are trying their best to catch him. Ichihashi was moving one place to another. It was really hard. It was being really hard for Tokyo police to catch him. So then Lindsay's family came to Tokyo, Japan. They also started to post on the social media and everywhere about Ichihashi, and the people were the people are also got so worried about Lindsay. Lindsay's parent and her family was so great that they started this process by themselves. They did not wait for Tokyo police to take any action. They started to post on social media and others. They started to do any other stuff to find Ichihashi. The Tokyo media and the Tokyo police were also behind Ichihashi. They also were trying to catch Ichihashi, but it was getting harder and harder. Now, Ichihashi actually started to panic. He started to panic so much. That's why, he started to go from one place to another. He was moving constantly, one place to another. Yeah. His face was literally everywhere, every news channel, in the social media, on the street, on the banner, everywhere, and it did the deed for Ichihashi. That's why he started to work in a factory, I guess, if I'm not wrong. Then he decided to change his face. He decided to he wanted to do plastic surgery to his face. He wanted to change his face completely. That's why he started to work in a factory, and he started to saving up some money to for the plastic surgery. Then after a few days, after a few months, he actually was successful to save his money, and he went in a clinic to change his face, his whole facial structure. And yeah, it was the one clue which helped severely to catch Ichihashi. Let me tell you what is that. The clinic used to click before and after picture of the surgery. So Ichihashi was about to flee when the clinic asked him to take the before and after picture, and it was a very suspicious action of his. That's why they called the police and reported him. And then the cops are so sure that this man has actually, Ichihashi has actually changed his face. Then it was not helping Ichihashi at all. Even changing his facial structure, his face did not help him in any way, you know. He actually flew from the cops in 2006, and then he decided to leave Japan forever. Then he went on the airport in 2009. He was about to go inside of the plane when some passengers actually recognized him and they called the cops. And yeah, the cops were there, and the cops went there and finally catch Ichihashi. Ichihashi could not escape this time. He was caught. He actually caught on 10th November 2009. Very long time. He actually escaped everyone, cop, the government, everyone, for 2.5 years. 2.5 years it was. So I hope you guys, I don't want to say enjoyed, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this case of Ichihashi and Lindsay and Hawker. I hope I'll see you guys in the another story with another case. Till then, take care and keep smiling and stay safe. Bye.